Hi, it's the Honey Queen here, and I'm so excited to introduce to you my sweet story, part 1, with my logo, which is Betty B. And Betty B was designed by my niece, Clarice. She freehand drew this. Isn't that amazing? You're going to see this on a lot of my business cards, different social medias that I have, letterheads, different things like that. That's going to be my logo. Show you my new business card that came in. It's very cool. And Betty B is actually in loving memory of my mother. So I can tell you a little bit about her, and I'm gonna drive down memory lane. This is my mother as a teenage girl. This is my mother at age 42. She married my father, who was a beekeeper. She had asthma and became even more allergic after becoming his wife. This is a picture of me at age 4. I had been out playing by the scale beehive where they measure how much honey comes in every day. I had Dippy doing my hair with braids, and my nephew had hit the scale hive with a bat, baseball bat. And all the bees came out and covered me and started stinging me. My mom ran to my rescue, stomping them, taking them off me. Anything she could. She got stung in the meantime, so we both ended up in the hospital. They said I had over 100 stings. I don't know if that was true, but I do know my eyes were swollen shut. My mother was known for many of the logos and slogans we had. You can see off to the right, there's a sign hanging in the window there. I'll show it later on. My mom came up with that. We love to serve you, honey. Or they'd often say, honey, I love to serve you. Let us be your honey, just different various things like that. Here's another one. Position. And through the years, there's a dark at night one. She was always very quiet, but when she said something, people listened. At age 12, my mother and I were on our way up to go shopping, and we went in the pickup that my dad had just returned from the bee yards in. Here's the last picture we have of her. As we started our journey, a bee stung her. She wanted to turn around and go back instead of going straight up where it was closer to the hospital. She wanted her bee venom medicine, which nobody knew how to give it. Give the shot back in those days. They didn't have the EpiPens like they have today. And she passed out. My brother went very fast with my sister-in-law, who had been driving us earlier, take her to the hospital, but she didn't breathe. They kept her alive for several days on breathing machines, but there was no life worth left there. So she passed away. Here's the pickup that we had. And I was age 12, like I said before, and it was tough, it was hard, but I turned a sour thing into a very sweet thing in my life. In 1978, I became Idaho's Honey Queen. You can see the sign above our heads right there. That's the sign dedicated to my mother. I have a passion about my family's honey, and I believe it's a great product. Is how it became a sweet thing in my life. This was one of my father's favorite, the bee, let me be your honey. So as you can see, I'm wearing my mother's dress. She wore, here we go. I can't quite fit into it because she's like a 19-inch waist. But I do believe that there's a life after this, and I will see her again. And maybe then I'll be resurrected to my perfect form. Yeah. Till then, watch for Betty B and subscribe to my channel. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook page, Facebook group. And interest. Have a sweet day, because I'm going to have a sweet day and a sweet life.